So Bruce, where he had spent a lot of time in the last game pulling bags just on the corner, just being enough of a nuisance. That one right there, he's not able to pull it off, so he gives up an early 2 points to Team Gammon. Those guys throwing the blueprints, those game ons from Blueprint Bags. A lot of our bag company friends and family are here. Ruthless Bags, IMF Bags. Our friends from Why So Serious Cornhole are here as well. And all of our bag partners are scrolling underneath the screen here, so you can find a company in a series that just might fit your game perfectly. And if you can't find a bag in a series out of all these manufacturers that fit your game, it's time for you to find a different game. So, all right, this little laundry basket gets cleaned up there. Tony fires one through and cleans everything up. Nice finish there by Matt to take his in. And, boy, that was just a little bit light. I didn't think he was going to chase that bag, but I thought he would take the middle for certain. Unfortunately, not able to do that. So 6-0 is our early score here with Team Gammon over Tony and Bruce. Let's see if we can get some more detail on exactly what's going on with these guys, because they're throwing lights out to get to this point. But, you know, as you saw with Bryce Jefferson, we were talking about his PPR wasn't exactly what you thought, but there was a period of time, I would imagine, that during that ad hoc team building, that Bob Heil was carrying Bryce as much as he possibly could, and they did a hell of a job together just creating that team. But right now, as we look over doubles here in Grand Traverse, Craig Irvin, his 10.24 stands second only to Rudy Fernandez, who's been throwing a 10.25 to this point. Matt Gammon, who just let go of the bag, he's throwing a 10.14. Tony Pena just above him with a 10.22. So you're seeing the cream of the crop rise to the top as it typically does. Bruce LaLonde at a 10.05. All right, nicely done there. Tony's able to take advantage, and it looks like they're able to get on the board now. Yeah, very, very handily with a 5 spot. So 6-0 becomes 6-on-5, and they'll take that first bag back. Bruce LaLonde. Inside arm, inside the hole. And I think Dylan is watching for our buddy from CBC, and one of our stream team members mentioned that the boards looked a little bit sticky. I think it's interesting, Dylan. I think you're right with regard to especially, too, and a lot of it I know depends upon the bag, and that's going to be a costly frame there for Tony and Bruce, down now 10-5. But right around the hole, I think we were seeing a lot of bags yesterday that anywhere that got close, they'd start finding their way to drip in there. And these bags that Tony and Bruce are throwing, a little bit stiffer possibly than those blueprints, but they are not dripping in the hole the way that you saw it happening yesterday on center court, any of them, to be honest with you. Tony kind of hedging his bet there. Trying to force Matt down the middle to clean it up. Puts 2 out of play up there on the top left. Up and over. Oh, he's got a great airmail shot, does Tony. He drops a couple in there, and 10-on-5 now becomes 12-on-5 as Team Gammon extends their lead just a little bit. Couple of points here and a couple of points there. We've seen some great comebacks here on center court over the course of the weekend, and we have seen some actual just complete and utter meltdowns and train wrecks as well. But that's what's always fun. You never know until you throw, and that's what this center court has always been about. Thanks to our friends at Hampton Farms for being a big part of center court. When things tend to get nuts, they tend to get nuts here on center court, to be sure. Todd leaves one out of play on the right-hand side, just hoping to collect one up the middle, and he does. Bruce going to go ahead and try to finish it off, and he just does a massive favor there for Todd Gammon. Matt collects their bags, those blueprints. Tony gives a little encouragement to Bruce, says it's all good. It's always good to have a player and a partner that steps up and gives you that kind of encouragement. If I didn't have that kind of thing, I'd never play with anybody, because everybody always tells me no matter how bad I am, I'm still all right. Nice bag right there. Matt pushes that low block that he tends to want to do, gets it up there and puts it back in play. He'll stay lined up in tight to the board with his inside arm, come in low and hard, stack it all up. That should all disappear in a moment. And it does. Good push through right by Matt. Oh, boy. It just, again, as we talked about, just they don't have that that inner mercury, if you will, to drip inside the hole, what I like to call a Salvador Dali. They just hang there. We had all kinds of different things going on here on center court. The game challenge with our friends from Whole Nation earlier today. That was a lot of fun, having the shoot it challenge. We had the mini bag toss. That was awesome. We had the, what's typically the little drummer boy became the little drummer gal earlier today. And a lot of fun was had by all. Of course, the Hampton Farms Big Blindfold Challenge. Always good to get the players lined up to do something a little bit besides just the competitive nature. There's a couple points given up again, so 19 on 5. This one got out of hand pretty quickly. And to finish that thought about the game challenges in the game zone, thanks to Cody for the shoot it challenge. That's from R&S Boards. Those guys have been great about providing prize money and those shoots for your practice to the winners. Good stuff there. So we split it. We had 3 finalists in the Shoot It Challenge. So instead of one, walking away, nice grab right there by Matt Gammon and taking all $300. 3 each split $100, and the tube stayed put. It will move on to the next opportunity, which will be at the World Championships. But Jim Green stopped by, and we have a brand new friend here in the American Cornhole Organization, Green Construction Group. Good stuff. 45 states, and they can do anything and everything that you want. Insurance, building, retail building, hotel building, multifamily, renovations, all of it. This construction company, these guys are into it. And they were talking about how they've done a lot of repair work after all of these hurricanes and wind and rain and weather events that they've been able to get around the country and do the best they can to help out where their help is needed. It's going to be a nice bag there because he's going to force Bruce to try to come in left, right. I think he's probably looking at trying to come all the way through. Oh, and he does exactly what he didn't want to do. Lays one off the back, lays one in the hole for Team Gammon. So it's going to be Matt and Todd Gammon moving on right into the teeth of the buzzsaw. Tyler Amos, Craig Irvin, the number 1 seed coming into the tournament in the championship match here in just a moment against Todd Gammon and Matt Gammon, the number 6 seed